Welcome to Night 5 with the Gold League. It is our first match of the night. We got a stack card for you, not only for the Gold League, but also for the Jade League. But opening tonight, it's Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin, making his way to the ring here. Will Ospreay is he's not looking too hot here. He is just barely alive in this tournament here. Living on by a thread with just 3 points. Almost eliminated if he didn't get that win over Obafemi early on in the tournament here. But if Ospreay wants any form of chance of even just being alive in this tournament, or even trying to make it to a semifinalist spot, he needs to win tonight. It's not maybe he can lose. No, he needs to win tonight. But I'd say he'd have a difficult task here, because this man is fresh off a massive win on night 4.
This is the revolution. Ricky Saints is here, and he is an absolute star.
The absolute one. The leader of the revolution. Ricky Saints is here, and my gosh, he is fresh off an absolute classic against the ruler Obafemi on night 4 in the Gold League. Those two men put on an absolutely fantastic match, where Ricky Saints was able to come out with the dub. Currently at 6 points after beating not just Oba, but also Cody Rhodes on the first night of this tournament. Though he has been handed losses from Finn Balor and Kazuchika Okada. What's that win over Oba? I don't know. I think Ricky has a good chance here at beating Will Ospreay, especially with how Ospreay has been struggling to get off the ground in this tournament. Right here, starting off night 5. Starting off hot! What a Hurricane Rana from Will Ospreay. Now, Ospreay, fresh off a massive loss at AEW Dynasty in his Continental Championship match against John Moxley. He could have had the match won after that initial hidden blade, but he just wanted to inflict punishment on Moxley, and that ended up costing him in the long run. Right now, Will Ospreay just trying to get any form of win in this tournament. I'm sure he doesn't even care if he gets a count-out victory. A victory's a victory to him in this tournament right now. He's in practically sudden death mode. If he loses to Ricky here, just like Obafemi, he'd be officially eliminated from this tournament. As I stated so much during that Jade League, Night 4 was the halfway point of the tournament. We are now in the back half of the All-Star Classic here. And although I said points and wins desperately mattered, especially at that halfway point on Night 4, if you're on the lower end of the spectrum here in points, whether you're in the Gold or Jade League, if you're on the lower spectrum of points, you need to get a victory. If not, you will be eliminated. Jacob Fatu in the same exact situation over in the Jade League. Well, Ospreay currently in this situation right now. As you can tell, just from how he's been moving in this match, Ospreay is frantic. He is desperate to get a win on the board. He's desperate to try and reach that 6 points that has been eluding him in this whole tournament. While Ricky Saints, he knows he just needs to keep the momentum going. if he gets lucky, if Finn Balor, LA Knight, and Randy Orton all lose their matches tonight, he may be able to at least secure a semifinalist, maybe even finalist spot, if everything goes right for him tonight. But that all starts if he beats Will Ospreay tonight. But right now, Ricky Sainz, after sending Ospreay into the corner, looking to take the turnbuckle pad off the opposite corner here. Possibly looking for some dirty tactics. Dare I say guerrilla tactics. Guerrilla tactics that Will Ospreay would know all about from his time in New Japan. Facing the faction known as the Guerrillas of Destiny. But right now, kick to the gut. Butterfly suplex from Ricky Sainz. Already getting a near fall on Will Ospreay, which is not a good sign. Ricky hasn't even hit a spear, not even a Rochambeau yet. Speaking of, what a spear just drilling through the ribcage of Will Ospreay. But that turnbuckle pad that he took off earlier has come to bit him in the butt. The ref distracted enough to not count for the pin on the spear. But as Ospreay gets up, a Rochambeau to Ospreay. Oh my God! That was close. Ricky Sainz almost just got his third win of the tournament, but Ospreay just able to kick out. A super kick into the dragon suplex combo. I believe tiger suplex. Big cyclone kick from Ospreay. Looking to keep the momentum. Hopefully getting him to his second win of the tournament. As right now that phenomenal forearm from Ospreay. Trying to fire himself up here. Ospreay knows if he loses, he's eliminated. This is practically life or death for Ospreay. This is must-win territory for Ospreay. But that Tiger Driver from Ricky Sainz is not doing him any favors. So right now, sending him into the ropes. Just dropping him down. Ricky Sainz does. But right now, oh, hit a blade! Hit a blade out of nowhere! Just took the head clean off of Ricky Sainz! And oh my God, almost killing the Revolution at the pass! Knocking his head like a baseball! Hitting a home run almost! But it got robbed at the fence! What a fall-away moonsault from Will Ospreay. You can tell this man is not playing around. He knows the severity of this match. But Ricky Sainz knocking him back down to earth. Ospreay was flying high for a while. Especially off the back of that hidden blade. But Ricky now on the top rope. Ospreay trying to get him off. Ricky Sainz though. Big hurricane run off the top. Looking to crawl towards the pin. Getting Ospreay away from the rope. Oh, Jesus. Help these men. Ospreay able to kick out. As right now. What a crucifix bomb. From Ricky, looking for that knee right to the side of the head. Looking to throw off the equilibrium of Will Ospreay. Ospreay able to dodge. Putting Ricky on the top rope. I'm not sure what Ospreay was going for there. But Ricky was able to counter it. Oh, pop up into the Stars Clash from Will Ospreay. Planting him face first. Face down, ass up. That's right now. Ricky Sainz has just been brought up to his feet from Will Ospreay. Brought to the corner now. As now, Ospreay putting him up on the top rope. What in the world is Ospreay going for here? Both men are standing on the top. Oh my God! What a head scissors off the top of the turnbuckle! Oh my God! As Ospreay going to the opposite corner here, going to the top. Oh, a sky twister from Ospreay! Can that give him his second win of the tournament? Yes, it does! The aerial assassin able to cut through the Revolution and stop it at the pass. As he's finally able to get his second win of the tournament. Staying alive, but just barely. As he quickly stops the momentum of Ricky Saints as soon as it started. What a match from these two competitors. Although Ricky Saints was absolute, Will Ospreay just got an absolute victory over the Absolute One.
I really hope for his sake Saints takes this loss in stride.
Ricky's theme song says that the Revolution will be televised. Well, we just saw the Revolution of Will Ospreay be televised here as Ospreay just finally picked up his second one of the tournament, now at 6 points.